Hi, welcome back to Arting with Mrs. Gill. I'm Mrs. Gill. We're on day 17. And guess what? In my part of the woods, it's the first day of spring. So, welcome first day of spring, and in honor of that, we are going to be doing this, a copy of this drawing that I had done in 2018. And this was from a Pinterest. I use Pinterest a lot for my ideas, and this was an idea on Pinterest. So I drew this by hand, and I wanted to go through that with you today. It says spring. I made a box, and that's what we're going to do today. Watch me do that. And as usual, I use Posca markers. I'll be using the fine tip marker today, as well as some outlining and different blues for the boots and all that. So let's go ahead and begin. So we see this, it says spring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move these out of the way so you can see spring. So I'm just gonna write spring. I also have some other stencils that have letters on them that I could use too. I don't have those handy, but rather than writing it, you might want to use stencils. So I put spring on this one, and I will put spring on here because I'm going to do both sides, I think. Because as you know, I'm trying to fill up this sketchbook. I don't have a whole lot to go, and that's the whole goal of Arting with Mrs. Gill right now, is to fill up sketchbooks. So let's go ahead. We're looking at this picture, and I see some boots. So I'm going to go ahead and outline my boots. These looks like rain boots. There's that. And as you know, I'm not a professional artist, but I do enjoy doing art of any kind, and I've done lots of different kinds over the years. Now that doesn't look quite as cute as this picture, but I'm working on it, okay? So there's that. And so now I want to make some leaves and some, as in this picture, some branches, and make the boots kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and do the top of the boots. Make sure you all can see this pretty good. Top of the boots, I'll make a little round, looks like it's a round kind of thing here for the boots. And then here, I'll do that as well. Kind of push that down. Remember, if you make mistakes, it's no big deal because we're using Posca markers and they cover everything. So even if I've made some mistakes right here in drawing that, see, I can cover that up with a nice blue color as well. So now I'm making the little circles within the top of the boots because you got to be able to put your foot in. There we go. And I'm going to make some more edges around the top like the boots. See, what I'm doing is I'm doing this part right here. So I'll do that on this other one. So now what do I need to do? Okay, so now I'm going to color the top of the boot yellow. Make it round like that, and it's got a dark place in here, so I'm going to darken that, if you can see me doing that, with my Posca marker. So I'm making that dark. So that's where the socks are going to go. And I'm going to do the same over here to do that. That's where your foot's going to go in. Okay, so now I'm going to go up and I'm going to make some little lines for the plant that's in there, okay? Again, I got this off of Pinterest. I get so many ideas from Pinterest. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to make my my little leaves, lines through here. You can see that. Making those. And then up like that, and maybe up like this. See what I've done? I've kind of made those lines. Then I'll attach leaves to them. So here I'm going to make my lines again. Like this. Over there. More lines here. Okay, doing that. And then I'm going to put the leaves on them. Just little kind of, when all else fails, make circles. See? So I'm kind of making like little circles. If you don't know how to do something, like I say, just make circles. And then you can color it any way you want. And it just makes things not seem quite as hard to do. You know, I'm not a professional artist, but I sure do practice art a lot and have ever since I was a young girl. So there is these, some leaves, and then, you know, you'll go and make some more, and we'll color those green and put more foliage in like that, okay? So, and you'll do the same to the other side. And you could make this, I didn't center the spring, but you could put that in bold letters if you wanted. You could use a stencil. I'm not a calligrapher, so I can't do that. But you could with stencils. So now we're going to take one of our Posca markers. This is one of the thicker ones. We shake it up. Shake this marker up. And then we're going to go ahead and paint the boot. Now remember I told you earlier, I said don't worry about mistakes, because look, it went right over it. See that? So now I'm going to go ahead and make this boot kind of fun around here. And I won't finish this totally for time's sake, but I wanted you to get the general idea of how fun and easy this really is to do. So here we go. We're doing the blue, and I'm just going to bring it on down here. Yeah, color like that. Bring that on down. You might want to put another layer on. I'm just doing one for now for time's sake. But there is that. Kind of circle that. And there's the blue. That's one of the boots. Okay, and I had made some mistakes, but it doesn't matter with these markers. You can go right over it. You need to let them dry, and also remember they are permanent markers. Okay, so we did that. So now let's go to our handy dandy Lazy Susan, and we shake up our pen because we're going to do a yellow at the top here. If you can see me, because I want to do the boots, the yellow that was on the picture from Pinterest. And I can take my marker and make that more of a definition right here too. Okay, so there's that. I did the yellow part you see here. Now I want to go in and I want to make some circles on my boot. So I'm going to make some circles with my Posca marker, the fine line. And I'll make them all over, just like the picture. Okay, and you can see how I'm doing that. I'm making them all over, and this is what we're gearing for. And we can always fine-tune this with fine markers or other black Posca markers that will make these areas look even better. So we put that there, and I think I'm going to go with a hot pink to go for my circles and not yellow. So I'm doing that. So I did that, and now I'm going to do some green for my tree, my, leaves that are coming out of the boot. Oh yeah. Then you go up here, and again, just color these circles. Circles are easy. And then you do this, because they're coming out of the boot, the leaves. And you can actually make flowers. These don't just have to be green leaves. They can be flowers. They can be whatever you want. But for this video, I'm kind of doing it in a hurry. So there you got the leaves of that were in the boot. I would put more in. And then, of course, I would make these more vivid. I would put another layer here, and I would use my black marker and outline that. And then I would put another line in here for the bottom of the boot. And then I would color it yellow, just like that too. But make my pink dots here for spring. Again, I went through this fairly quickly, but you can take more time to do this. But it's a very fun activity, and we are welcoming spring. Tomorrow, or the 17th, excuse me, is the first day of spring. So happy spring from Mrs. Gill and Arting with Mrs. Gill. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.